You wake before sunrise on a freezing Scandinavian morning, lying on a bed of straw, while smoke from the hearth hangs beneath the roof. Today you were born into the lowest Viking rank, a thrall, and every choice about your life belongs to someone else. The moment you step outside, icy air bites your face as your owner's voice orders you toward the fields. You quickly learn that working slowly earns punishment, not sympathy. Your hands spend the day cutting wood, carrying water, feeding animals, and repairing fences. Every aching muscle reminds you that your labor keeps someone else's household alive. At night, you eat after everyone else, receiving only simple bread, porridge, and scraps of meat. Even the family dog seems to enjoy more freedom than you do. Some thralls spend their lives this way forever, yet whispers spread that loyal service or extraordinary bravery might one day earn freedom. That tiny possibility becomes your greatest treasure. Years pass and your owner finally grants your freedom. For the first time, you belong to yourself. But freedom comes with a frightening truth: you own almost nothing. As a freedman, called a Karl, you build a tiny home with your own hands. Every log you place feels heavier because success or failure now rests entirely on your shoulders. Owning a few goats and a patch of land may seem ordinary, yet compared with your former life, it feels like unimaginable wealth. You finally make decisions without asking permission. Freedom also demands responsibility. If crops fail or animals die, no master rescues you. Every season now becomes a test of survival. When the village gathers to settle disputes, you finally stand among free people instead of behind them. Your voice is quiet, but for the first time, it actually matters. Then a messenger arrives with news of a coming expedition across the sea. Glory, silver, and farmland may await, but many who leave never return. You purchase a shield, sharpen an axe, and walk toward the beach where towering longships wait against the crashing waves. The smell of salt and pine fills the air as your old life disappears behind you. Life aboard the ship is exhausting. You row for hours, sleep shoulder to shoulder with crewmates, and pray storms stay farther away than enemy ships. Days later, the coastline of England finally appears. Your heartbeat quickens because everything you have worked toward may be won or lost before sunset. You charge ashore beside experienced warriors. The clash of shields, shouting, and flying arrows quickly erase every romantic dream about Viking raids. Surviving the raid earns respect that no inheritance could buy. Veterans begin treating you less like an inexperienced farmer and more like a dependable warrior. The silver you bring home transforms your small farm. Better tools, stronger buildings, and healthier livestock quietly announce your rising status. Success brings attention. Neighbors begin asking for your advice, and younger warriors quietly hope to sail beside you instead of someone else. Your reputation now travels faster than your footsteps. At the next village assembly, people trust you to help settle disputes over land, livestock, and honor. Influence proves far more valuable than a heavy purse of silver. Before long, local leaders ask you to command a small band of fighters. Protecting your people becomes just as important as winning treasure abroad. Every decision grows heavier. Choosing the wrong route can leave your men starving, while attacking the wrong settlement could end every future voyage before it begins. Your growing wealth attracts ambitious followers, but it also attracts jealous rivals. Suddenly, danger no longer comes only from foreign enemies, it waits inside your own homeland. Victory after victory earns you enough respect to become a respected local chieftain. Your household expands, your lands spread farther, and more families swear loyalty to your household. Visitors arrive carrying gifts instead of demands. Merchants, craftsmen, and travelers all hope to earn your favor because your decisions now shape the future of the entire district. The feasts inside your hall become legendary. Warriors celebrate victories, while poets preserve your reputation through stories that may outlive your lifetime. Yet leadership offers little rest. Every celebration ends with another difficult question about taxes, justice, trade, or war, waiting for your answer by sunrise. One neighboring leader challenges your authority, forcing you to gather allies before a conflict tears the region apart. Winning now depends as much on diplomacy as on swords. After careful negotiations and a display of military strength, rival families recognize your leadership. Your influence stretches across several villages instead of just one. As your territory expands, you become a Jarl, one of the highest nobles in Viking society. Wealth surrounds you, but every success paints a larger target on your back. Your household now includes skilled blacksmiths, experienced captains, trusted advisors, servants, and elite warriors who depend on your leadership every single day. Foreign merchants seek trading agreements instead of fearing raids alone. Silver, silk, spices, and rare goods flow into your lands from distant kingdoms. Even so, your greatest weapon becomes trust. Loyal followers are worth far more than the finest sword, because betrayal can destroy everything overnight.
The king welcomes you as an equal, but beneath every friendly smile lies a silent struggle for influence. One careless promise could cost generations of your family's future. Together, you plan campaigns that involve thousands instead of dozens. The fate of entire regions now depends on decisions made around a single wooden table. When war begins, your army stretches across the hills like a moving forest of shields and spears. You no longer fight only for treasure, you fight to shape history itself. Victory brings enormous rewards. More land, more loyal families, richer farms, and stronger ports all fall under your authority, making your hall busier than ever before. But every triumph creates new enemies. Rival Jarls whisper behind closed doors, wondering whether removing you might be easier than defeating you in open battle. You survive because loyal warriors guard your household day and night. At your rank, trust has become more valuable than silver, ships, or even swords. Years later, the crown finally passes to you. The journey that began as a powerless thrall ends with you becoming the Viking king, whose decisions reach every corner of the realm. Your royal hall towers above every other building, surrounded by guards, craftsmen, merchants, and messengers arriving from distant lands with urgent news. Every sunrise begins with petitions, alliances, trade agreements, legal disputes, and military reports. Power gives you unmatched authority, but it also steals nearly every quiet moment. Ships leave your ports carrying traders, explorers, settlers, and warriors across Europe and the North Atlantic. Your influence now travels farther than you ever could alone. Looking back, you remember sleeping on straw with empty hands. Now you own lands, fleets, loyal followers, and treasures that your younger self could never have imagined. Yet one lesson never changes. Whether thrall or king, harsh winters, failed harvests, storms, and disease threaten everyone living in the Viking world. The ranks shaped your opportunities, but survival always depended on courage, skill, loyal companions, and a little luck when fate turned against you. From servant to farmer, warrior, chieftain, jarl, and finally king, every step demanded greater responsibility than the last. Power was never simply a reward, it was another burden to carry. If you had truly lived this life, your destiny would have depended far less on dreams than on the rank you were born into and the chances you managed to seize along the way. As the fires inside the great hall slowly fade and another icy night settles over Scandinavia, you realize that every Viking rank carried its own hardships, its own rewards, and its own unforgettable story.